Hey, welcome back to Basic Public Speaking, and I am your Professor, Christy Thomas. So, this video goes underneath the wild, wonderful world of topic choice, research, flow, organization, that header. And this particular video falls under research. Now, why is research important? Just like any paper or anything, let me get my lighting situated here. Why is it important? Well, research gives us information, plain and simple. Now, you may already have quite a bit of knowledge in your topic, in your speech genre, your topic choice. You may be very informative. Here we go. Research is important because it gives us all the information from all sides, which in my opinion comes in quite handy when it comes to the persuasive speech genre. You have your stance, yay or the nay, you have a stance, and you could have all the information on that stance. Doing research, you get the credibility to back you up. Not only that, if you're in a Q&A situation with your speech, you'll be able to answer the questions from all sides. And the more information we have via research, the more credible we sound to our audience. And we want our audience to go with us. We want our audience to stand with us. Remember, public speaking, the goal is that it is connecting and building communities together. So, especially in persuasive speech genre, research helps gives us the credibility, the meat, the bones, the innards, whatever you want to call it, for us to be credible. And we have information that covers all sides. So if we receive a question that's against our stance, we'll be able, the speaker would be able to answer or give information as to why, okay, you make an excellent point. But here, if, we have information for the credibility. So research is important in that sense. Also, research, if you remember a few videos back, we talked about speaking our truth, speaking your truth, speaking truth, period. It is our, it is our goal, our duty as public speakers to speak our truth. Now, what do I mean? By researching and really getting in-depth researching, you get credible information, you get actual facts and statistics and all that we'll talk about in a hot second. It's all going to get in full circle. But you get the basis so that you can speak truths. Like I said, it's our ethical duty as public speakers. Our ethical job is to make sure we do speak our truth and not give misinformation, or in public speaking, disinformation. Disinformation is when a speaker purposely gives incorrect information. I know, who would do that? But companies have done it for years to manipulate statistics and facts in the favor for them. Products, insert here, speakers have done it. And we're trying not to do that by our means of research. So, if you see me look off the camera, it's my notes again. Before we talk about the different ways to research, let's have this preference. We've already narrowed our topic because we talked about that in the last videos. Topic choice, ways we can come to it from a broad to a more specific topic. I'm picking your genre, you're picking your topic. So, we'll have some halfway there. Give yourself enough time. This is with anything. Speech preparation, research preparation, test preparation, anything. Give yourself time. Don't wait till the night before and be like, oh man, I need to record a video. Eek. Give yourself time so that you have plenty of time to research and have your backup information. And I will always give you updates on what speech is happening in there, when, where, what, whom. Make a list of possible sources. We're getting ready to talk about sources. So you can make a list of them and just cite. Give credit where credit is due. I cannot say this enough in any video, if we were to have lecture courses, classes in this course, give credit where credit is due. If it is not directly your words or your idea and it's someone else's, give them credit. Orally, written, give credit where credit is due. Okay, let's talk about sources for research. I'm sure you all have gone to the library in your numerous years of grade school up to high school. Libraries are a wonderful avenue for research because not only are there books, fictional, non-fictional, and magazines and articles, you also have virtual there as well. And the beautiful thing with libraries is that they're interconnected now virtually. So if one library doesn't have the information you want, you can go through your library site to another library and pull articles and research and quotes and interviews from other people from other libraries. It's great. So a library is always a rich thing. And right now we're in the virtual world, which we're getting ready to talk about, the virtual digital domain. So you really want, take advantage of that, because you have your schools, which I'm not sure if your school's library online, but you are now students of Ashland Community Technical College. You have access to our virtual library. So you can go, you can go via online and go that way. Lots of school, just really take advantage of where we are virtually. Now let's talk about the digital domain of research. There are so many sites out there, ladies and gentlemen, so many sites. Some are credible and some not so much. There's a few really good, usually if it ends in like .edu or I can't remember the other one now. Those are pretty straightforward. There's the Academic Search Complete, and that's EBSCO, the EBSCO. This is a multidisciplinary, database full of text, articles, essays, and monographs. Provides both academic texts as well as popular periodicals. So it's a pretty straightforward site that you can get information from. Gale Academic One File. It searches both academic and general interest periodicals. Those are pretty awesome. LexisNexis Academic searches popular periodicals, newspapers, and magazines. Contains some television and radio news transcripts. That's a really valuable source of. It's a great source as well that I didn't mention earlier. Best for information that has general interest or of current events. So that really helps if you're pulling from Hot Topic right now, like current hot topics in the news. So you're getting more up-to-date information. And then there's the JSTOR, which is a database of peer-evaluated academic essays, primarily in the humanities, but also in sciences and social sciences. Many are available in the full text, so PDF files. So there are lots of domains that you can go, and some people, the no-fail Google search. Watch your sites. If you're unsure of the credibility, there are also sites that test, they're fact checks. They're fact checkers. There we go. Almost a tongue twister for me. But check your sources. If you're not sure of the credibility of the site or your source, double, triple, quadruple check it. Make sure. Because a lot of people like to put misinformation out there. Now, with that being said, digital world, Wikipedia. To Wikipedia or to not Wikipedia? Here we go. Wikipedia can be tricky. It is resourceful in the fact that you can go and get background information or history of subjects or people or whatnot, biographies. And sometimes they give you the footnotes of whom wrote the original piece or who the quote comes from, this or that. But with Wikipedia, anybody can go in there and give information. So sometimes, a lot of times, quite a bit of times, the information may not be as factual as we want it to be. So if for some chance you're using Wikipedia, again, double, triple, quadruple check your facts. There's a lot of, like I said, there's different sites that we can check, and it's become very popular now. Social media has fact checks almost built into them now. So when you post something like, no, that's not right, it's kind of fact checking for you. Okay, so we've talked about the libraries and we've talked about the digital domain. So both of those you can find newspapers and periodicals and transcripts and essays and reviews, you know, all kinds of information, biographies. Again, cite your sources. If the information does not come directly from your mind or your lips, cite. Give credit where credit is due. That's a big thing when it comes to research. And not just in public speaking, but, and later on, our last main speech, which is a persuasive speech, you will, one of the requirements is to orally quote, you know, you to give oral citations. So, there you go. Well, there you go. Another valuable source when it comes to research is interviews. So you could interview people in the field of your topic, or, you know, those who have credibility in the field or on the subject. You can do interviews. Now, when it comes to interviews, ask permission. A general good rule of thumb too is also ask permission to record, to video record or record. Some people aren't comfortable being on camera, but they'll be okay with you doing like an MP4, like recording their voice. So ask permission first, and then transcribe so you can go back. And transcribing is listening and writing down what was said, word for word, verbatim. So you have your listening, and you have a transcribe of the interview as well. So you can include that if that was part of your sources. You would include the transcription of the interview. So be like, okay, I'm speaking to blah, blah, blah. This was the, you know, question asked. It would be like interviewer. So your name, what you said, and what they said verbatim. And that just continues. That's the transcription. Listen actively. Really take away from it. And that's when recording comes in handy, because you can always go back and replay. And as you transcribe, you may hear something that you may have missed before in part of the interview process. Again, really just cite, research, cite. I think I've added, I'm not sure yet, MLA. For the purpose of this course, your citation style will be MLA. And I think, if not, I will be uploading MLA, excuse me, examples, samples. There we go. MLA samples and examples so you can understand. But I'm also aware that there are actual sites that you can go, and it's a plug and chug situation. You plug in the information and it puts it in correctly. It puts it in the citation correctly. And I also will post MLA guidelines as well. And I'll let you know when I get that stuff posted as well, so that, you know me, I like to post information all the time. So ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to researching your topic, give yourself time. Don't wait till the last minute. Don't freak yourself out. You've already chosen a topic. So once you've chosen your topic, give yourself time. Write down your list of sources. You know, I can check virtually. Right now, it's a little tricky on what we can do and where we can go, but like maybe interviews fall under that, or checking biographies or periodicals or reading articles or listening to radio reviews. Oh my gosh, guys, listen to radio reviews. If you get stuck on how to cite orally, if you listen to like NPR or something, or a radio, and there's been an interview or they've talked about a debate, they give you the best examples on how to orally cite something. It's fabulous. Interviews. If you do interviews, remember to be polite, be courteous, respectful, ask permission for any recordings, listen actively. We talked about being an active listener. Not a perfect world, that's all we want is to be active listeners while we're seeking our truths, ladies and gentlemen, while we're seeking our truths. And transcribe. Transcribing will really be a big benefit for this as well, because you might find information that you may have missed in the original interview process. If you're digitally researching everything, double, triple, quadruple check your sites. If it's a site that you are confused on or information you're confused on, double check your site. Double check your fact. Check. Again, cite. Give credit where credit is due. If it did not come from your mouth or from your mind, it came from someone else's. So if you're getting information, cite it. We don't want plagiarism up in here. So take all that into effect when it comes to researching. Guys, just give yourself time. This comes in handy more of the persuasive, because these speech are, the first few speeches aren't as intense with research as what maybe the persuasive speech is. But, again, this is more than just public speaking. When it comes to researching for tests or papers, just really give yourself time, guys. Don't wait till the last minute. Anyway, this was the video on research. I hope you all make fabulous choices and have had a wonderful week. I will get this posted, and I will update you when it's posted. And I'll see you in the next video, I guess. Bye.